Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video and welcome to my fall inspired colored living room. Last time I recorded a video, I had blue. I like to switch my pillows out to bring in the different season and the colors. But enough about that. Today is going to be what I consider an interesting video and a little bit of a smorgasbord of points and topics and things. So bear with me. I hope you can, follow. But I was tickled to make this because this is where my mind has been at lately. And, just thought I'd share. Maybe this will help someone out there. And if you don't know, you will quickly see that the theme of this channel is about self-care and self-love, and everything revolves around that and comes back to that. That may look like many different things, and I have been really hell-bent on making sure that we bring it back to that. And so one form of self-care and self-love is making sure that you maintain your individuality, you maintain your identity. I've said this before, even in a great relationship, even when things are going great, even in motherhood, even when, nothing could possibly go wrong in a sense, and you feel like, okay, I can be vulnerable in this space, I can be myself in this space, I can move as a unit and lean in a little bit more in this space. And again, this could be a career. Okay, you join a company and you think this is it. I could retire with these people. And I've got all my benefits and my 401k and my investments tied up into this business, blah blah blah. But if things change, when things change, you want to make sure that you are not feeling as though the rug has been pulled up from underneath you, and then you don't have a plan B, and you don't know who the hell you are, what the hell you're doing beyond this thing, career, family, whatever. Okay, so that's kind of like the background. But I also wanted to pull in a particular word, and that is finesse. And that word, it has like a little edge to it, but it really just means to be artfully subtle and done in a delicate manner. Okay? Moving strategic, not putting all your eggs in one basket, thinking about yourself, thinking about your future, not loud, not over the top, delicate. That ties into femininity. Artful, that means, when I think artful, artistic, I think creative, I think out of the box, I think, against the grain. And all of these are things that can be translated into skill sets, yes, TT, that you need to implement in life to maintain your self-care and your self-love, okay? And I'm going to go over some things that I think that every woman should consider utilizing or having in her back pocket, no matter what, to ensure that she has a backup plan and a backup plan and a backup plan. And everybody doesn't need to know everything. And even when you live with someone, and even when you are with this company and they don't want to see you using your skills and talents with someone else. I've seen these different rules behind, working for the competition or starting your own business, splitting your attention, your time. Need I go on? You can take these things and implement them as you see fit, but I will use myself in this example because there are things that I need to do that are in my best interest that everybody don't need to know, and everybody doesn't need to see, and everybody doesn't need to find, okay? So, in the spirit of the finesse, in the spirit of me handling my business, not putting all my eggs in one basket, not being so caught up in emotion that I don't think about, okay, what if, worst case scenario, if you up and decide to do this and the other, if I up and decide to do this and the other, these are the things that I have in place. Number one, you're not going to have receipts and you're not going to leave a paper trail. You need to get yourself a shredder. You need to, if you get a receipt or something, take a picture of it, hide it in the file, throw it in a trash can or shred it, okay? Or wherever the receipts draw monies from and things like that, those are the things that you only have access to. But we don't need a paper trail, okay? So don't be leaving receipts around. A storage unit with 24/7 access. Now, gone are the days where you can just put stuff under the mattress, hide it in the bottom of a dirty clothes hamper bin. You wouldn't think anyone would go digging in there. Keeping stuff in your car. No, ma'am. We're not gonna run that risk. You're going to get yourself a store. It doesn't have to be super big. And if you have a P.O. box, if it's big, maybe you can, well, no. I take that back because they have access on the other side of a P.O. box. But, and I'll get to the P.O. box later, but the storage unit is going to allow you to put things that only you need to see and only things that you need to have access to there, out the way. It's secure, it's safe, and you can get to it at any time, okay? A P.O. box is next on my list because any mail and correspondence that you need to receive and send out, you need to be the only one that has access to that, okay? You don't need to be stressing out, worrying when the mailman's coming, checking the mail, being all suspicious when nothing comes to your said address, okay? And you might be wondering, what you gonna be doing all this? You do with this what you may, but I'm just telling you these are things that are helpful to a woman that's on top of her shit, okay? A business entity to funnel funds and receive funds and clean everything up. Okay. So if someone's not giving you financial support, and they know how much you make, where you work, how much and how often you work and the hours and all your business because you've been a blabbermouth, it's okay. No need to fear. You can backtrack that by saying, I started a little side business. And so if they see you moving in a certain way, let's say I popped up tomorrow with a brand new car. And we all know that this car costs $40,000. How in the world did I afford this car? Well, my little business is doing just enough for me to afford this new car payment and my down payment. So all you got to say. You'll have your Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, whatever, to prove that it is a type of income that is not so much that you roll all this information out. Like, okay, see, I'm not talking about that, but I'm saying just for organizational purposes, anything that you receive, it has been from the business, okay? You were selling something, you provided a service, whatever. Separate accounts. Oh my God. I don't care how cute you think it is to change your name or to add him onto your stuff. No. You need to forever have your own credit card, bank account, and checking account, because let something happen, and this is with anyone. It doesn't have to be a man. It could be your best friend. It could be your roommate, whatever. Even children need to be taught financial responsibility. And if they have access and withdraw funds that you didn't want them to withdraw, you can't say anything about it because you've given them access. So it's not stealing, okay? I'll use my children, for example. My iCloud account was connected to Roblox. And so $7.99, $9.99, $9.99. I'm looking at these charges like, what are y'all doing on these tablets? We asked you if we could get our upgrades. And I said, oh, that's what you were talking about. Roblox, and through Roblox is literally, this is not just gems and crystals they're exchanging. They're asking me, can they have real funds to play these games and buy gear and buy upgrades and stuff? So I had to nip that in the bud, because I was like, I didn't know what you were asking me. Because, I also I would like when they ask me to download a new game. Let me see the game. Make sure it's not a subscription, something like that. So in a funny way, that's what happened with my children. I love my children. My children will have access to everything and more that I have. And they know everything that I'm working toward is for them. But we're not doing that. You're not going to nickel and dime me for no Roblox, okay? But I will show one story. I had an aunt that was like, early in their marriage, her mother had given her some money. She put it in their joint account. Well, her new husband, young, dumb, just being a guy, went in and pulled the funds for whatever he was trying to do. And that really devastated her because she was like, that was my money and I needed that money, blah, blah, blah. You can cut all that out by not giving them access at all. Now, you should have access to his funds, but he doesn't have access to your funds, okay? Cash savings is a biggie. You never know what these electronic cards are going to do, if there's ever going to be a freeze or the app's going to be down or you lose a card or he moves something around and or for whatever, heaven forbid, you don't have access to your bank accounts and an ATM, the bank, whatever. You've got a little nest egg somewhere smart, somewhere safe, preferably in a locked safe, okay, that has $100 to $1,000. I would say five, because 100 don't do. I can fill up my car. 93 was 50, 60 bucks. So 100 ain't nothing. I would say $500 to $1,000 cash that you can access. Okay, because you never know. You never know what can happen. I've had my car broken into. Thank God they didn't take my purse, but I did have a purse in there that could have been my main purse. You know how you kind of break down your purse and simplify it and just carry a little clutch, and you know I'm not going to be buying my own drink, so I just need my ID. I don't need my whole wallet. I don't need, you know, lotion and all. So you maybe try to hide your purse in your trunk and underneath your seat, lock it, put it in a well-lit area. None of those things really prevent anything from happening because my back window had been broken into and they took that bag. Thankfully, that bag didn't have anything in it. And thankfully, too, I had cash on me. Okay? So just a little thing of like anything can happen. A second phone or a second phone number. You know, we don't remember numbers at the top of our heads. You don't always want people having your main number. You don't always want him having access to your main phone. If you guys share passwords and share locations and all this nonsense, you know, which some people think it's cute. I think it's a bit much, but that's just me. Just having a second phone or a second phone number, and all of your stuff saved in this second phone, contacts, passwords, you know, whatever. It just protects you from anything happening to your primary phone, which can feel like your lifeline, you know what I mean? So if you break your screen, you can't get into your apps. You can't act, you know what I mean? Like the phones, they have tethered everything to our phones so much that we can really be overly dependent. I know, like for us, we have a garage and I have the key fob garage opener, but it can also work on my phone. But let's say the key fob battery dies and I'm not lugging around my big keys, my big key ring with my front door and storm door lock, and my phone's dead. So how am I going to get in my house? We rely too much on any one tool, so that it handicaps us in other areas, okay? So just going back to the phone, you know, it's great to have access to all these different things, but if something were to happen to your phone, you lose your phone, you break your phone, or he cuts the phone off or whatever. I'm just giving y'all all the scenarios. You have a backup plan, okay? Alibis and story straight. Again, use this, take this as you may, but you ain't never gonna catch me slipping. And, you know, sometimes I have the energy of like the truth hurts and I'm about to tear you apart, tear you a new one with my mouth. And sometimes I don't feel like arguing, and I'll tell you whatever I want you to know, and I will have my whole story straight. Where were you? You know, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, since you know it all and you think I'm up to something, you know, I was this and the other, and I know. Okay, so just be confident. Someone you can trust. I can trust my brother and my sister with my life. They are always there for me. They've always been there for me. And, you know, what else can I say? I can trust my mother. I can trust my grandmother. You know, so make sure you have someone in your corner that you can trust and you can rely on, because we all need support. I know I'm really big on being self-made and being independent in the sense and confident and like, you know, you're enough, but we do truly need connection. And as long as you can trust that connection, not no man, I'm talking a separate person that has no emotional tie to whatever you're doing, however you're moving. People that are non-judgment, people that are they ask less questions and more like what you need me to do. You know what I mean? And we've seen little funny Instagram little reels and things made of like that best friend. It's like, okay, this is what happened. I need you to bury something. I need you to make a couple calls. I need you to get me out the country. You know, so again, not that I'm saying y'all out here moving illegally, but we are moving with what? Finesse. All right. A plan, strategy. I cannot stress that enough. A plan. You need to know what the hell you want, where the hell you're going, how you're going to get there, what are you going to use to get there, who are your connections, and then you need a backup plan for the backup plan. A plan B, C, D. I mean, keep going. You know, as deep as your imagination can go, that's what you need to set up for yourself. You have to have a plan. You have to have something beyond the present because the present can always change. And I talk about this all the time, but I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You can say I'm going to be married and live happily ever after, but if your husband dies, what are you going to do? That's back to a basic, simple plan. You're going to move in with your mama, your daddy. Do you have money set aside that you can survive and stay where you're at? Do you have a friend you can crash with? Because when something like that happens, time is not on your side. In less than 3 weeks, your husband's going to be buried, and you're going to be having to move around what you have at your disposal. And an apartment complex and a mortgage company isn't going to be all emotional and oh, we're so sorry for your loss. Stay as long as you want, mortgage free, rent free. No, they want their money, and you need to have a plan, okay? So you need to know what you're going to do at all times about every scenario. Life insurance is a big one. Y'all know what life insurance is. I don't need to get all into that, but do you have it? And do you know if it's the best plan for you? And, you know, what are the arrangements for your children? We have to think about these things. I've said this in another video long ago. I knew of a young lady who married a bum. He dragged her life down. She got sick. And I honestly believe that because of everything, the way it looked, you know, you just get a vibe. Stress, heartache, and struggle can cause your immune system to tank, and it can cause you to not be able to be focused on your self-care and self-love, and you're more susceptible, and things happen, and things break down, things slow down, and you are so brokenhearted about life, him disappointing you, where you're at in life, what your life is looking like, and you can't bounce back from that, and you succumb to an illness that came from your lifestyle. So this man, as handsome and as nice as he was and as God-fearing as he was, had her living in her parents' basement, had her struggling while he job hopped, while she carried them and worked 2 jobs, had 2 daughters for this dude, and it just continued to drag her all the way down. I mean, you could just see the life being sucked out of her. And so when she died, I don't know what she left her children, if anything at all. And if, you know, everyone in the family knew that her parents were so overwhelmed by supporting their grandchildren as much as they loved them. They were too old for that. Too, you know, busy, high energy little girls, and their dad sitting over there just fooling around, you know, just continue to make mistake after mistake after mistake. And it was just really messy. But, you know, if you don't have anything in writing, your will, your plan, something set up, your children are going to be at the mercy of whoever's there. And if their daddy ain't shit, then it's just a mess. It's just a mess. So make sure that you clearly outline and provide for your children, even if you're not here, okay? Maybe godparents, you know, a best friend. Sit down and talk to people that you trust and be like, you know, if anything were to happen to me, this is what I would like for you to carry out, blah, 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 okay? Because 9 times out of 10, if you got a baby daddy and he's on child support, their relationship may be just a little strained, and, you know, you're not going to have that conversation with him, okay? It's got to be somebody else. An easy path, okay, y'all? You know, when you're coming and going, do what you need to do. Again, you don't need these little toll tickets coming through the mail and somebody asking you, where were you? What were you doing on that side of town? Just get an easy pass, okay? Keep it loaded. Extra clothes. Now, whatever you do with these clothes, these outfits, these heels is up to you. I don't prefer that you keep them in the car after you've put them on. Keep them at the storage unit, preferably if you can afford the storage unit. And again, if you get something small, it's not going to be that expensive. Excuse me. So just have a backup plan with the outfits. You know, we are forever looking our best. And if you don't want someone asking you who you out here looking good for, you can run out the door in some scrubs and kill them in the streets with something different. Put the scrubs back on before you come back in the house. And then, you know, get the clothes and take them to the cleaners or wash them when someone's not around. Again, I don't know who these people are, but, you know. And again, a high sense of confidence. No F's given. You need a hard stomach. You need to be like, I don't care, because what are you going to do to me? What exactly is the worst thing that could happen? Because if you don't move like you need to move and do what you need to do, you will be forever sitting there twiddling your thumbs, waiting for someone to roll out this red carpet that does not exist. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need anyone's support. You don't need anyone to tell you, go, yay, you can do it. No, just do the damn thing. Just do what you need to do. Handle your business. Buy that house. Start the business. You know, go to that place. Talk to that person. Do whatever you need to do that's in your best interest so that you're not sitting around with nothing to pull from. No other options. No other anything. Okay? And still be cute when you're doing all this. Still be just as pleasant and keeping the peace, because you're good and you know you're good because you have things straight on the back end. So whatever is out in front of you, looking like this big scary monster or this very intimidating energy or whatever, this confrontation or, you know, the elephant in the room, you are so like, I don't care because I have other things that I have to focus on, and those things are more important. And you're always moving up. You're always improving. You're always going to the next level. And also remember, please remember, where are we at? 22 minutes? There are seasons. And you were born into this life by yourself. You don't owe anyone anything. You are your own person. And what you choose to give to an institution, a career, a lover, a partner, a friendship is at your own discretion. And when you get ready to move in a different way, that is also up to you. No one can possess you. It doesn't matter how much. Oh my God. I think it was Eartha Kitt, but I could be wrong. It was a video clip and she was like, the comments are going crazy. A man can't buy my love. Now, what I took that to mean was that everyone knows it is a man's responsibility to be financially, take care of you financially, be the provider and protector. But at no point in time does that mean that he then owns you and can tell you what to do and control you because of a dollar amount that he has spent. So when I heard her say a man can't buy my love, I took that to mean, okay, so you know, you're doing all this and this is great and I appreciate it. But at any time I can say, thank you. Now I'm going to do something else. And you can't block the door and throw away the key. You can't stop me from going. You can't possess me. That's not how this works. And you also can't keep dangling gold and diamonds and riches and money to make me stay. You can't buy my love. If I don't want that anymore, I don't have to. And I can accept it because you're offering it as a gift, and I can still do what I want to do. And that's what burns them up. And that's where women get it confused, because they know that, but a lot of women don't know that. A lot of women don't seem to understand that you can do what you need to do and how you need to do it. You can handle your business. You can say, I'm done here. You can say, this has been great. You can change your mind. You can put in your 2 weeks notice. You can start a business. No one can tell you what to put in your body, where you can go, when you can go, how you can go. You need to ask permission. You need to run that by me. You need to tell me every single move that you're making, everything you're thinking. If you buy a house, you need to let me in on it. If you start a business, you need to let me in on it. If you're making money, you need to let me in on it. You need to give me some of that to keep all the, no, no, no. We have got to stop falling for these, manipulation and this control and this thing of like that's really been overused and abused by religion and different things of keeping women in their place, keeping women in a box so that we can do what other people want us to do. But it really only affects us in a negative way. It's only at our detriment. They're gaining and we're suffering. I'm over it. I'm over it. So if you can remember that the timing in your life is what you make it, and that you can have levels. You can do something for a little while, and then upgrade to the next thing. You can graduate to the next thing. You can do something for a little while and say, I tried it. Glad I did. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. And know that there are other things and other opportunities that will meet your standards and be exactly what you want. And it don't have to necessarily come from anyone else or anything else. It can come from within, but you're positioning yourself in your life to where you can give that to yourself. If you feel stifled, if you feel smothered, if you feel unhappy, switch it up. Switch it up, but be smart, use finesse, and do it in a way where, you don't have to make waves. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to be loud with my shit. People that smoke weed, there's a very classy and elegant way to smoke weed, cigars, and do all those things. And you see the people that you respect that do it because you almost know that they don't do it. You maybe can't tell that they do it. Okay? Cigar lounges have a very upscale feel. It's not like, dirty cigarettes, cigars, and like smokers behind a dumpster. There's levels. So you're not gonna be loud with your shit and mess with your shit and ghetto with your shit. You're not gonna be unprofessional with your stuff, sloppy with your stuff. You're not gonna be that, levels. I'm not gonna go on with the smoking. If you smoke cigars, hookah, weed, I'm not judging. I'm just saying we all know that there are the upscale, the upscale way to do it, and then there's like the grungy, like I smoke, but I don't want to smoke with y'all like that over there, looking like that. Where is this weed from? What's going on? You see what I'm saying? You want to be up here, and you're forever moving up here. So I wanted to share this list. Moving in silence is also the icing on the cake, and I'm not going to keep going on, but I hope that video helps someone out there. I hope this video inspires someone out there. Inspires someone out there. And yeah, I'm going to go do what I need to do today. And until the next one, as always, thank you. Peace. Bye.